On this episode, I welcome back three-time guest and my co-host of our other podcast, Mixtape Therapy, for a special crossover edition right here on Just Be with Scottie G. My guest is Hannah, and this time we're getting meta. We use ChatGPT to dig into our two previous episodes together and generate questions for us based on what it learned. Hannah first joined me on episode 41 and then episode 70. And now we're flipping the script. It's an episode of Mixtape Therapy using the concept of Mixtape Therapy to make yet another episode of Mixtape Therapy. We also talk about you gotta heal to be real. And of course, we talk a lot about me. That's what happens when Hannah's in her element using her superpower. Let's jump in.
Opinions don't matter.
No, I mean, but
I'm serious. I'm
but
serious. I love good
here's
boundaries.
Here's what my therapist is telling me. You can't say it. You don't, and then you do. Like where I can't go. Well, like it doesn't matter, but it does. Like I can't do that. Like I gotta stop doing that. Okay, so okay. So Hannah so beautifully explained mixtape therapy.
I nailed it.
So what I did is I took two of our favorite medias, which is the two interviews that we did before.
Which were amazing.
And I went to ChatGPT and I said, hey, can you look up this on the internet? And it did. He goes, I found it. I go, cool. Can you read the transcript and come up with 3 questions that I could ask Hannah and Hannah could ask me?
So good.
And it was like, blah, blah, blah. Now, remember how I told you I didn't want to read them?
Yeah.
So I kind of no. I just tried to cut it. I just tried not to look at it at all.
Okay, good.
So I don't even know what my questions are.
Sick.
Okay, so 3 of the questions are from the first time we recorded.
Ooh, juicy.
So no telling. I mean, like that was years. It's a couple years.
Yeah, it was at least 2 years ago.
And then the next 3 questions are from the second time we recorded,
which I can't quite remember. But
okay, well, it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay. So,
yes.
Okay, do you want to ask your questions first? Or you want me to ask a question
I want you
first?
to ask. We've talked all about high school Scottie and how hot he was, and now we're over it.
Okay, let me.
That was all it was. I was just like, Scottie, you're so cute. Blah, blah, blah.
Oh, wow. I mean, I might have asked something like this, but.
You might have would have.
What experiences shaped your approach to therapy and how you show up for others emotionally?
Read that again.
What experiences shaped your approach
my approach to therapy
and how you show up for others emotionally?
That's a weird question. I mean, the first question makes sense, and how you show up for others emotionally. Actually, you know what? I guess that makes sense. So the easy answer to that is what shaped my approach to therapy is my therapist, because my current therapist that I've had for a few years now is the therapist that has helped me the most of any therapist I've ever worked with. Now, that says a lot about her. It also says a lot about me and where I am in life, and I'm probably in a good place to be making the most out of therapy. But she shows up in a relational way, which is that she acts like a real fucking person. And she doesn't do the therapist routine. She doesn't do like, how do you feel about that? Why are you asking me that question? Why would, she doesn't do all the therapist stuff of like turning it back around on the client. All the stuff I learned in grad school that I quite frankly find stupid. Wow. I have strong feelings.
No. Can I jump real quick?
Yeah.
I think it's similar to when someone goes to a personal trainer and they want someone that yells at them.
Yeah.
Or they want somebody that like works on, basically what I do.
Yeah.
Right? So the people that want people to yell at them, they don't work with me.
Yes.
You know what I mean? And
yeah,
you
basic
want
cookie cutter shit.
You want somebody that just brings it, that doesn't coat it with any bullshit.
Yes,
and
no bullshit.
I can appreciate that.
Yeah, and that comes from my own experiences in therapy. The ways that I feel like therapy has let me down personally. And also just like me trying to be that really, classic therapist and seeing that it wasn't getting results that I liked for my clients. And me not enjoying showing up as this like prescriptive therapist with the therapist voice who says the therapist things. I do say therapist things, you know, but when I show up as my real self and I cuss and I'm fucking a real fucking person, my clients respond a lot better. So it just works better. Really how
Do you know why that is?
Because authenticity is the most valuable thing that we can offer another person.
Your clients are going to like you for your style.
Well,
And those are the
yeah.
people you're looking for. Those are the
Correct.
people I'm looking to work with, are the people that like what I do. Because
And
if you don't like what I do, why would you want to work with me?
correct. Not just that. Like, obviously, I want my clients to like me for who I am. But if I'm being authentic, people are smart. They can tell when someone's being authentic. And if my clients know that I'm being authentic, because I am being authentic, it invites them to be authentic. And then the only way that you get anywhere in therapy is by being honest with your therapist and honest with yourself. So my clients are really honest to me that I can tell. And if they're not being honest with themselves, I fucking tell them that they're not being honest in a nice way. But it makes space for radical honesty, which honesty is a really hard thing. I myself struggle with honesty because it's a loaded concept, especially when you grew up in an environment or a culture or a society or a system where being honest was not safe, wasn't rewarded, where you were asked to play a role. But the only way to heal is to be real. Sick rhyme.
I like it.
Thank you. So, yeah, I just realized that being authentically myself, even when that meant sometimes saying the wrong thing or hurting my clients' feelings or being a little too extra or being a little too intense, which often happens. And I lose clients sometimes by being really authentic, but not many. I think because people respond really well to authenticity.
Heal to be real.
Heal to be real. Wait. Yeah, you got to be real to heal.
All right, you get to ask a question now.
Oh, I'm excited.
You can read a little bit and tell me, you can take your time.
Okay. Scottie, you mentioned that you learned to be less sensitive in a good way. Oh, this is a good one. Okay.
Look at ChatGPT.
ChatGPT for the win. Okay. You mentioned that you learned to be less sensitive in a good way. Can you share more about the specific experiences that led to this change? Ooh, I would have asked you this anyway. And what practices you use to develop a healthier balance? Let me know if you need me to reread that one, but I think you know.
Well, I mean, I don't know if I can even.
I'm going to highlight the one that I like the best, the element, which is what specific experiences led to this change, led to you being less sensitive? What experiences? Dig up the skeleton, Scottie. The audience wants to know.
Exposure.
What does that mean?
It means like I had to keep putting myself into things to have good experiences and going in with the mindset of having a good experience. So like the tendency is to like not do anything and then you go do like one thing and then it sucks. And then you're just like, everything sucks.
Be specific. I have no idea what you're saying.
Well, like, okay. So like
you use an example.
So like just sometimes like just, I mean, like, I'm like everybody else, and especially like as I get old, like I'll say, well, I'm gonna go to this party.
Yes.
And then the day comes, I'm like, fuck.
Yes.
I don't want to go to this party.
Yes.
And then I go, we do this. We have this conversation all the time. You go to the party. If you show up with a good attitude, like you want to be there and have fun, it will be good. You will learn something. You might meet somebody. You might have a new experience. You might have a new conversation. Yes. You might need a new podcast guest. You might be a new best friend. That's what my daughter always says.
That's cute.
And so I go, this is important for my growth as a person and making sure I stay connected.
Ooh.
And
so it's like overriding your impulse to not go.
Yeah.
I see that.
And understanding that there might be a bad interaction.
Yes.
Not the first, not the last. So you know, and if I go out a lot, not go out a lot, but if I make an effort to fill up my schedule to do things.
Yes.
You know, then like it's just like getting coffee too. Like this is not like go out and clubbing.
Yes.
Like, you know, if I just put stuff in my schedule to do things, then life is just better.
Okay, so what we're really talking about is like acceptance and commitment therapy. It's like if you committed to something, you're going to fucking go, even if you really don't want to. And the experience of doing something, even when you don't want to do it, makes you stronger, makes you able to do the thing that you don't want to do, whether that's go to a party or work out or whatever. And it's making the decision that whatever you're feeling butthurt about in that moment is not that big of a deal.
But it's like, for me, it's not even that anymore. Cause like, I know all that. I know.
Okay, so then what's the next level?
It's just like, it's the next level of going like, do you truly understand how important this is for the longevity of your life?
Okay. What is one of those things? Like a party? Or
No, just like talking to other people. Like just having connection.
We're really talking about interactions with other people.
Yeah, to not feel disconnected. Yeah. Because when
do you isolate?
Do I?
Yeah, do you tend to isolate?
No, but like as we're going through all this tonight, like I'm realizing that probably I used to not spend a lot of time alone.
Yes.
And because of my partner now, I do spend a lot of time alone. And then now I found a lot of value in spending a lot of time alone to be this person that I was, but was just draining the shit out of myself being. Now it's not draining at all to be like this. And that feels the other thing felt negative.
Like what felt draining? What felt draining?
To be me. I'm tired of talking about me. Wow. Okay. I forgot. Oh, I do remember this though. Okay. Now forgive me because it's hard. I'm probably dyslexic. You mentioned that non-ethical, non-monogamy
yes.
is like a black belt in relationships.
Ethical non-monogamy.
Ethical, yeah, sorry.
Non-ethical monogamy. Every
ethical non-monogamy
is a black belt. Yes.
Is a black belt in relationships.
Yes.
Can you break down the different levels that you might see in couples' journeys towards considering non-monogamy?
God damn.
I wish I would have never said this.
No. I mean, the different levels, God damn. I mean, you're asking the wrong person in some ways.
Well, you said it.
I know, but I'm saying, look, I'm freshly out of a 4-year relationship.
Well, so let's hear what you got to say. Let's just we'll work through it together. Okay. Do you want another drink?
Probably.
Okay. I'm gonna get it. You talk.
Okay. Non-monogamy, y'all. First of all, monogamy is unnatural. Let's just be clear. No, here's the thing. Monogamy is really hard. Non-monogamy is really hard. They're both hard in different ways. If you want to do non-monogamy well, just expect it to be about 10 times as hard as doing monogamy well. So you can't do non-monogamy well if you can't do monogamy well, in my humble opinion. And by well, I mean really considering and being very careful with other people's feelings and very considerate of other people's emotions and balancing your own wants and needs with the wants and needs of someone else. That's already really hard to do in a relationship when there's just you and one other person. If you add more people into the mix, have at it. But just know that that is going to be more challenging.
You're going to find something out.
More challenging than a monogamous relationship, which I think Scottie can vouch and say that monogamous relationships are already really fucking hard to do well.
Yes.
Takes everything we have.
Relationships are hard to do well, period. Any kind.
Yes.
Any sort.
Yes.
Yes.
Now, personally, your girl's single right now. Woo, which feels super good. Dating around and, having, not that this is what I'm doing, okay? But hooking up with people, that's not, I guess you could call that non-monogamy, but that's not typically what we mean when we talk about ethical non-monogamy, which is like dedicated partnerships with multiple people.
Right.
Or having a primary monogamous relationship, but with other people involved. So that's different than just being like a bachelorette on the prowl. We're talking about like really considering the fallout, the emotional consequences of having multiple liaisons. And I would say it works for people for whom relationships and doing polyamory or ethical non-monogamy is like it's like a primary interest. You can't like dabble in ethical non-monogamy. That's got to be your fucking thing. Like it's to me, in my limited understanding. No, I shouldn't say limited. Fuck that. I'm a couples therapist. I know people who do non-monogamy. It's like having a kid. That's the level of commitment we're talking about.
Strong.
Which is fucking cool as hell if you are really passionate about non-monogamy as a lifestyle, which I think is beautiful and is really cool if that's the level of commitment you're willing to put into it. But if you're not willing to dedicate as much time and energy as you would to like a child, and like you're just like fucking around and finding out to maybe fix some problems in your relationship, I say good fucking luck. That's going to make things a lot worse. Does that answer it?
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, what are the intermediary steps? The intermediary steps are go to therapy, go to couples therapy, figure your shit out, and know exactly what you are trying to accomplish by going outside the relationship. If you're doing it to Band-Aid over a problem that is pre-existing in your relationship, fix the problem first.
Yep.
And be prepared to treat this non-monogamous lifestyle of yours like a 6-month-old baby.
Forever?
Or until you stop doing non-monogamy. Yeah, honestly. I think it takes so much work.
I think you said it best when it's like, it's not something that fixes a relationship, it's a lifestyle. Like,
Yeah.
that's
No, for sure. In
and
fact,
so,
some people...
because here's how it's going to fix your relationship. You're going to find out what kind of lifestyle y'all like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Do you like it or you don't?
Yes.
And then one of y'all's going to leave.
Yeah.
And then you're going to have to find somebody that likes that lifestyle. So then, I mean, it does solve the problem.
In some ways. But if
But
you
if
want
you-
to
if
do
you're
it
like-
well, if you want to do it without leaving a ton of damage in your wake, because it's very easy to do it poorly. But we can say that about any relationship. It's very easy to do relationships poorly. You can cause a lot of damage if you go about non-monogamy irresponsibly, which a lot of people do. I have been in ethical non-monogamous situations, so I could expound further. But yeah, feelings get hurt kind of inevitably, so you have to... Feelings getting hurt is part of it. It's not like you're doing it wrong if feelings get hurt. It's like, no, prepared for feelings to get hurt, just like any other relationship, and be prepared to like take accountability and take care of those feelings, or be a coward and cause damage if you want.
It is a place where you cannot take anything personal.
You'll absolutely take things personally. What do you mean?
I mean,
it's really hard to not take things personally.
but I'm saying when your feelings are getting hurt, is that about if you're is that about the we or is that about the me?
Well, it depends. Is your partner being a fucking irresponsible asshole? Or that's what I'm saying. There's so many ways to fuck it up.
Yeah, but I'm saying like that. In some ways, that's a judgment call, right? When there's more than one person involved, when there's more than two people.
Yes.
More than two? Yeah, more than two people.
Yeah, part of it is a judgment call. This is where it's like, no, I mean, like, be in therapy. Like, again, this is like parenting, right? Don't do this half-assed.
Don't do it with your therapist either.
Also, don't sleep with your therapist. I mean, that's on your therapist to decide. Just kidding.
All right, you're gonna look at your question.
Can you open this for me?
Yeah.
Because of my nails.
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like there was one more thing I wanted to say on this topic.
Hang on. I'm gonna lock this.
Because I actually mean this. I think it can be done well. Just like it's done well with people who really nerd out on it.
Yeah, but that's the thing. You gotta
love it.
It's gotta be your jam.
And I understand the appeal. Trust me, because monogamy is whack. Am I wrong, Scotty?
I don't dislike it, but I think that also suits me. It suits me fine. It suits me fine.
You don't like it, or you don't dislike monogamy. No, you're very monogamous.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You're monogamous AF, but it's also it's all whack.
It's all weird.
It's my turn. Put that down.
I'm just looking. It takes me a while to process things to read them. That's why I was getting ahead.
Okay. You mentioned that you sometimes struggle with being a chaser in relationships. What are some specific challenges you face when trying to give your partner space and regulate your own emotions? Do this in the present day. How do you still struggle with chaser? Don't lie. Once a chaser, always a... Just kidding. I'm kidding.
This is weird. I've never thought of this. Like, there are times where I have these instincts to do things, and I know that it's that chasing vibe.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
And so then immediately
hardest.
I just do the exact opposite of whatever I think I should do.
Wait, that's cool. Can you give me an example?
we'll say that me and Aaron get into like a discussion where it's just a difficult discussion about something, and we'll say it ends fine, but it's not super great.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my gut is to like just go like, you okay?
Yeah.
You okay? You okay? Hey, you okay? You okay? What's up? You okay?
Yeah.
You okay?
The checking.
What do you need? What do you need?
Yeah.
And so I just don't. I mean, I do. I'll like once maybe.
Yes.
Then maybe tomorrow, or if I see her, I'll just go like, "Hey, is it you good? Everything? Are we good?" I'll go, "Are we good? Are we good? Do we need to discuss anything else or whatever?" And she's usually like kind of like, "No," and you know what I mean. And but like, you know,
Oh, the checking. I get that.
but I understand the importance of it. I understand that it's important that I don't do that. That I understand what it accomplishes, which is it's the same thing it accomplishes for me. It allows me to think about it.
Mm. And sit with the discomfort.
Yeah, just sit with whatever it is.
Sit with you guys not being okay.
Yeah, because I know that like again, like in my mind, I know this is a marathon, not like a sprint, right?
Yeah.
Like, so I know that there's just going to be times like this, and they suck. I don't like us not getting along or not talking or not being close, because then if we don't have time to be close, then you feel even further apart. But I also understand that like I want to have this relationship with her, so I'm just going to keep working at it.
Yeah.
And so, but you know,
opposite action, we call that in therapy.
But I just don't think
do the opposite of your impulse.
I just think, oh man, this is just my experience, whatever. I think a lot of people say they do work in their relationships. They think they're doing work in their relationships, but they ain't doing work. You ain't doing like real work. Not like the real.
What is real work?
Man, real work is like. Real work is get on the same page with that person about anything and everything, and not having any confusion about like what went on in that like moment where shit didn't go right. You know what I mean? And trying to be and like not have any ulterior motives. Like if you messed up, being like, look, I really let you down right there.
Yeah.
And I'm really sorry, you know? And being able to say that
takes so much effort.
But like, you know, the deal of it is like I just started doing it. Like to say I don't care if my partner does that is not fair, because I do care. But
but you have to detach from it.
But I also know that if I show appreciation, unless this person's just a complete a-hole, they're going to start to show me appreciation back after what. You just can't not do it. You can't, you know, it's like when somebody, you just cannot laugh, or you can't, you know, I mean, when you come with it like that, there's just, but that's, you know, that used to come from a point of fear.
Yeah.
Like that, the perfectionism fear. And now I know that well, one,
I know what you mean.
If I'm showing up as best as I possibly can, then like, I don't know what else to give you. Like,
yeah.
I mean, tough.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, anything else you don't get out of that moment, if I don't fulfill your need in that moment, I mean, like I would.
That's you detaching from the perfection narrative. Right?
Yeah.
It's being like, I know I did my best, and
I still want to be my best.
Your best, though, not their best.
No, but it wasn't their best. It was someone's best. You know what? I like this question.
What?
Okay. How do you balance being fully present for your clients while also caring for your own emotional needs?
Wow, that's a great question.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
I started calling it ChatGP Gina.
GP Gina.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it GP Tony, after my brother-in-law Tony, my boy. It comes down to being regulated in your body. In fact, it's the only way to be there for your client is to be there for yourself. Excuse me. I can give you specific examples to explain this.
Could I ask a quick question?
Please.
Okay. You were talking about earlier with me. Would you say
Embodied?
Embodied?
Yeah.
Or being, what'd you call it again?
Present in your body.
Or
regulated.
Yeah.
Yeah. All those things are important.
So, if I'm having a conversation with someone, and at the moment where I go, man, like this conference, like this is just, it's either going nowhere, this conversation's fucked, or like this person.
Like with the stripper?
No. No, it's more of like, yeah, I'm like,
This conversation's not going anywhere with
how am I
this
get out of this? No, it's
I'll
more
pay you
it's
to
more
walk
like
away.
at a point where I would start to get defensive or mad or judgmental or whatever, right?
Mm.
And I go, oh, we're here. And I'm like,
I do
okay.
a lot of this. I do a lot of deep breathing.
So I go, we're here. No, this is what I'm doing in my mind. I go,
Yes.
we're here. And I go, let's find a way to politely get out of this without anybody really getting hurt. Like, you know what I mean? And so then I try to like de-escalate the situation to like basically separate myself. Is that what you're talking about? Or totally off?
No. Well, because I'm in therapy. I'm talking to a client, which means they're paying me a lot of money. So if we're talking about a client does something that pisses me off, if I'm getting viscerally pissed off and I can tell that it's happening, I will name that. I will say, woo, I'm having a really strong reaction. This is very much what it looks like in real time. Okay, give me a moment. Okay. All right, I'm with you. So I literally do things. This isn't just a show that I'm putting on. That was a little bit of a show because I'm not pissed right now. But that's something I would do. By the way, that doesn't happen in individual sessions ever. Happens in couples therapy sessions. Because couples are fucking crazy, right? I mean, couples aren't crazy. Couples therapy is crazy because you're really dealing with actual conflict that's actually happening in the room. It's very rare that I have had a individual client get mad at me in the room. I don't think that's ever happened. Actually, no, maybe once. And then I immediately will name it, apologize, say, hey, I feel like I just stepped in something. I feel like something just happened there. I check.
Can't be perfect.
Yeah. Oh, no. In fact, fucking up is how I'm just such a good therapist. I think the clients I have the best relationships with are the clients I've fucked up with and then apologized for. Because that's how trust is really built, is when there's something goes wrong.
Do you know what the irony of that is?
What?
It's like the same as like my job.
Yeah, of course.
You
No,
know,
it's not ironic at all. It makes perfect sense. Safety is created in repairing post-conflict. That's why I knew when we had our like mini kerfuffle that was going to bring us closer, because I knew we were going to be equipped to handle it.
Yeah.
But to go back to this question.
Sorry.
No. It's the thing I have to do is I'm a human, because I've tried to pretend that things don't bother me, or I've lost my shit and I haven't recognized that I've lost my shit because I'm embarrassed that I lost my shit because I'm a therapist and I'm supposed to be neutral. No, I'm not. I'm not supposed to be neutral. That's someone else's expectation. That's my stupid education's definition of what a good therapist is. Fuck that.
I eat dessert.
What?
I eat dessert.
You eat dessert. Yes. Oh yeah, as a coach. Right. Yes. No, they're paying me for my humanity. So if I lose my temper and I get fucking pissed, like, yes, it would be bad if I didn't recognize it and I wasn't accountable to it and didn't apologize for it if apology is warranted. But I'm not gonna stifle my reaction. Because if I stifle my reaction, then I stop being authentic. And when I stop being authentic, I stop being a good therapist, because then my humanity's shut down. So I try to stay as real as I can while staying regulated. So it will look like me doing weird stuff. I have some really challenging clients, and I have literally said, you're pissing me off so badly, stop talking, please, for 1 second. Because they'll be talking and yelling and yelling and yelling. I say, please stop, please stop. Then I do my thing. I'm weird. I take deep breaths. I go like, woo, 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 woo. I do something to get back in my body. Freaks them out, by the way. Or they're like, it throws them off, which is good, because they need to get out of their head, because they're on some crazy emotional tirade as well. They watch me being a real person, and then we have this weird, genuine human moment together. And then I can say, hey, I just want to recognize I got really pissed, and I apologize for raising my voice.
Okay. So one, I do that all, but I just do it inside of my head.
Yeah.
So
That's why, but you're not a therapist.
yeah, but also
You're
But
not a therapist, bro.
no. But also, like, I didn't do that in high school. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Oh yeah.
yeah, right. So yeah, that is
You
like
stifle, and
like,
then you
that's-
resent people,
that's a
and
new
then you
thing.
resent yourself.
But you just made me think of like, man, like all the times that like I've gotten into an argument with my clients,
Dude, we fuck up all the time.
but like, you know,
Fuck up. I don't think it's fucking
no,
up.
like at the beginning of my career, I was just doing like just personal training, just
Yeah.
training people, right? There's no reason. What reason would it be to get into like a fight with somebody, like an argument with someone, right?
Oh, because people are
What? Well,
people
one,
be people in.
No. Hey, one, how I showed up
Yep.
could have been way better, right? Probably a lot of that could have been avoided if I had shown up the way I should, but I didn't know.
We get defensive when we're young at our career too.
Sure.
I still get defensive.
But two, like, why are we even having those like kind of? We're just working out. Why are we having those kind of conversations, right? So I must have been stepping on something that I didn't realize that I was, that didn't have anything to do with working out.
That's why I say everything's therapy. I just have the benefit of being able to call it what it is. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, it's kind of like
Because you're like, oh, we're just here to work out. But of course, it's also therapy that's happening, which is that people are bringing their bullshit. You're bringing your bullshit. And bullshit's getting stirred.
but I mean,
But you're just there to work out. But are you?
I'm so into that book, Wherever You Go, There You Are,
Oh, yeah.
right now,
Mhm.
because it made me realize that, like, I mean, it sounds so cliche, that like there is never not a moment where I can't meditate.
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
Now-
that's what I'm talking about, by the way. With
Right,
all my
so-
weird
so-
body stuff.
so-
Did you get that?
No. So that's what I'm trying to clarify,
Yeah.
that, because when you said it originally, I was like, well, I don't know what she means by this, and
No,
like,
it's get it.
but no, but like now, but I just didn't call it anything.
Yes.
It's just like I was like, well, this is what I'm doing to be okay. Like that's
yeah,
all.
no, that is what you're doing to be okay.
Yeah.
And that's what by the way, me doing all my weird motions.
Yeah, it's to be okay.
To be present.
Yeah.
It's to get back in touch with reality, and it's to get out of my head, because my head is saying, I'm in danger. Fuck you. It's like my head's going crazy. That's
Right.
what all of our heads are doing, because it's in fear, it's in fight or flight. I'm in a narrative. So any weird shit I do, which is all weird with my body, reminds me that I'm in the present. These literal things like taking deep breaths helps to regulate the nervous system. Yes, it's micro meditations is what I'm doing. Does that make sense?
Yes, amazing.
Yes.
All right, flip over. Have you looked at that other sheet yet, or just the one?
Oh, I have options?
Yeah, there's another sheet.
Oh, I love this because I think this is what we got into today. I want to get meta about it.
Okay.
You often...
So wait, something we talked about today is in that question there.
Hi.
Hey, what are you doing?
Hi. Just come on.
All right, come on
yeah,
in,
come
on.
here.
Come in.
Hi. Hi, Lucy. I'm Hannah. I met you when you were really little. When you were like really little. Hi. How are you doing?
I feel like you just took my mommy.
Is this your mommy's spot?
No, and park the car. You park. It's
Oh.
fine. Don't worry about
No, should I move my car?
it. No.
I
It's
did.
fine.
I did take your mommy's spot. I thought you meant here. I was like, really? Your mommy podcasts? No.
No.
Mom doesn't even go to podcasts.
Yeah.
You ever keep that or no? You don't show her.
Well, what I was gonna say is that thank you. Is that as soon as things like that happen, for like this split second, it's like nom or something. Pull your microphone a little bit more. It's like nom. It's like
Like Vietnam?
I'm really that's being rude to people that went to Vietnam.
No, but I love it.
But
Say
it's like
more.
it's like the idea of like just like, oh, for a split second I'm like, that whole perfect thing kicks in and goes, oh, you're ruining it. Like, you know what I mean? Like it
It would be such a cute moment though.
but then if it just flashes so quick,
Yeah.
because I've trained myself so well to go like you know, like, you know what I mean? So then I just go embrace it, and then I just go really like, how I respond matters to her, how she sees me.
Of course.
All that stuff, right? But then I go, we are recording something, so then like we do have like footage. I don't have to like show it to anybody. Like it doesn't matter. We can start. I can edit however I want to edit. I can do whatever I want to do. Like none of that
gonna be
matters.
so
You know.
cute.
So then there's just all these outtakes of like our dogs barking and like
Yeah.
like there's
The human
there's
moments.
old ones where like my dog would sneak in and just lay like in the front, like right here. Just stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? And just letting it be what it is. So like you'll hear recordings where like it just like we'll be talking and you hear in the background like on the record because you just
Yeah.
can't, it's so loud you can't get rid.
Yeah, but I also think that people like human moments. People like authenticity.
Well, and I personally like the kind of not behind the scenes, but the like, if you're saying something then like I'm just gonna get up and get something. I'm not gonna just like sit here and wait. You know what I mean? You're talking like, like that's what we would do in a normal conversation.
Yeah.
Right. And I think when you hear it like that, you imagine if you're listening to a podcast, most people like, just listen to it while they're doing something else. Then you imagine it in your mind of what that must look like, at least in my mind, to do like you do like old radio, like when they would tell stories. And there's a lot of strength to that, at least in the podcast I like.
Yeah.
They're like that. Anyways. Wait, is it your turn or my turn?
It is my turn.
Oh, yeah, because you had this.
Now I love this. Okay. Has a conversation on this podcast ever changed your perspective on something you thought you had figured out?
Like my podcast or our recordings
Our
together?
podcast.
Okay, so.
And then if there's nothing, fine, you can do your other podcast, but that's not this one.
No, here's this feels real to me.
Okay.
I have you a couple of times come on my podcast.
Mm-hmm.
And like I remember I told you this already, so it's not a big deal, but like the first time that you came, I was so excited to talk to somebody that just want to talk about the stuff that I wanted to talk about.
Yeah.
That I was like, "Are you gonna come back? Like you can come back? You can come back, right? Like you'll come back and do it again."
Yeah.
Right? Like I was just like, I just scared her off. Like she's never.
No.
But I told you this already.
Yeah, it's so cute.
And then you came back and did it again, and then I was like, "Hey, do you want to do this whole other podcast with me?" And I think it's in a serendipitous way, maybe.
Yeah.
There's probably, I sound like such a cop out. There's like too many to mention, but like we do a podcast together all the time. So I know there has to be so many moments where I was like, what I said was challenged, or like I never thought of what you said before, or you told me something I didn't know, or blah, 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 or whatever. And so it's kind of like, it's like all the time.
Aw.
But because we do that together. But that's also like, it's called Mixtape Therapy. And I was thinking about it today. I was thinking about our relationship today. And like really a lot of that stuff is weirdly therapy for me.
Oh my gosh, so much. I would say like more so than like the specific conversations that we have on the podcast, and more like our friendship and our podcasting relationship for me has changed my perspective on a lot of things. Does that make sense? Well, in ways
Okay,
that we talked about.
You know what? Wait. It's like this. It's like,
What?
you know how, like, a good relationship, like you have to be friends first.
Yeah.
The podcast kind of, in a weird way, it forced us to be friends.
It did. Of course it forced us to be friends.
But the friends is like the first part. It's like now, like our friendship is the dating.
Yes.
Our real friendship is
Yes.
because we spent
because we had to be podcasters first.
it's like Match.com.
Yes.
Because
Well, yeah, because we had to.
because it's online.
Yes.
And we would talk all the time, but our relationship didn't form into a romantic relationship. It formed into a friendship.
Yes.
Is that fair?
No, that's very fair. And it didn't form into a friendship until like we confronted things, I think. And also, my life changed and I opened up to you more until I learned to trust you, because I didn't trust you. I trusted you, not like I didn't trust that you were a bad person, or I didn't think that you were a bad person or creepy or anything like that. But it took me feeling like I could actually be myself with you. I think both of us struggle to be ourselves.
Why is that?
Why do we struggle to be ourselves?
No. Why did you struggle to be yourself with me?
Oh, I will just say that when you are in a challenging relationship, it it constricts your ability to be authentic. And
Okay, I have a question.
Yeah, you can just whatever. Well, we can just speak freely.
This will go into it.
Yeah.
So maybe I'm just making this up. I don't know.
Yes.
Okay. But I feel like now you text with me more frequently and we
Yes.
have more
Yes.
conversations.
Yes.
Okay. And before, and you've admitted to this where like, like I would text you and you just wouldn't text me back, or like it'd be a long time or whatever. And I'm assuming in those moments you weren't mad. Maybe, okay.
No.
Right. Okay. But it felt like you were very aloof.
Very aloof. I was
And
overwhelmed.
So who is the real Hannah? Because you understand,
Yes.
the Hannah I met was aloof.
Yes.
And so now when you text, I'm like, not that I'm complaining, but I'm like, dang, she texts me a lot. Like, but like she didn't do it. Where is this coming from? Like,
Who's the real Hannah?
Yeah.
The one that texts you. I'm not aloof.
But you see,
Yes.
you see how weird that was for me?
Yes, I'm curious. I mean, it's hard. Well, I think we have to name the obvious thing, which is that you're a man.
Yeah.
I'm very suspicious of men.
Fair. I would be too.
So, but I never thought you had ulterior motives. Maybe at the very beginning, I was worried in moments, which we've talked about. I was worried that maybe there was some ulterior motive.
Can I ask a question real quick?
Yes.
Did you feel like, why is this person being so nice and generous with me and not wanting anything from me? He wants something.
Yes.
That's fair.
Yeah. I didn't know what you wanted from me.
But I didn't want anything.
I know.
I mean, I wanted like friendship, and I wanted you to do this podcast with me and stuff.
Yeah.
But like that's all I really wanted.
And I knew that, Scottie. But what's so weird? Here's what's weird. That was so foreign to me. It was so foreign to me that a man would just want like my friendship. Like I'd never had experience with a man just wanting friendship, so I didn't know what to do with it. I was like, "What is this?"
Well, okay, but is that because the way you look at men, or the type of men you attract, or
Both.
all of it?
Both.
Yeah.
All of it. Yeah, I mean, I was never like genuine. I know I shouldn't say never. I've gone in and out of being able to be genuinely friends with men. A lot of it has to do with my relationship status at the time and what kind of person I'm dating or not dating at the time.
Can I say that my girlfriend is my best friend,
Mm-hmm.
not because I could tell her everything, or we get along all the time or whatever, but I really she if I'm truly myself with the best interest in both of us in mind, then like I know I can count on her.
Mm.
And that feels like a best friend.
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going.
Yeah, no, like someone who genuinely wants to see you do well.
Yeah.
And that's where I think we're at now. I think how I see it, and I don't love that this is how it had to play out, but I feel like, and I'm sure if you have your own version on your end of like me I feel like I really needed to, it took me a lot on your part for me to realize that your intentions were good.
I knew. Oh, this sounds so fucked up.
No, don't.
I felt I was like she didn't. I was like, she don't know me.
No.
She doesn't know what I want. You gotta prove yourself and stay.
You do kind of.
Stay the course. And like, and if you
were very patient with me.
Yeah, and I was like
I was a cat.
If you
And you're
want, I was like, if you want something, what are the things you're willing to do to get it done?
Yeah.
And I really wanted to do a collaborative project with you.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, well, I'm willing to accept not accept anything, but like whatever you'll give me that can be done.
Which was incredibly healing for me because I'd never had a man show up for me like that with that much patience and that much grace. There were so many times where I thought you were gonna like lose patience with me and just be like, fuck this girl. Like, screw you. Because I knew I wasn't being consistent because of all the shit I had going on in my own life and in my own head and all the things. So like knowing like you being patient and gracious and consistent was like very healing for me. Like it made me really trust you.
Well, in my belief, that's how I show up best for everyone.
Yeah.
Even
It's,
though-
but
even-
it's rare, Scotty. Like that is a rare quality.
Oh yeah,
in a
trust me. I know
person,
how. I know.
especially and no, here's where I can get on the podcast. I can talk about this freely. Like I've had a lot of older men kind of mentor me under the guise of just like liking, taking an interest in me as a person, and there was always like some sexual element to it. So I've been like really let down by men. So I just, again, I didn't necessarily think you had a sexual element, but I had no reason to trust an older man who was taking an interest in me because I'd never had a positive experience with it.
I also like I forget. Like I forget how old I am
Well, I do too.
and how weird that might
Well,
be.
no,
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
no,
Some
because
50-year-old,
you
some
don't-
50-year-old dude's like, hey, come do this in my garage.
I mean,
But that's not. It's never. I've never thought of it. Like
yes,
I never.
no, and there were so many green flags. By the way, it's not. I want to be clear. It's not like I was like, oh, Scotty's trying to get in my pants. Like that was never the feeling. It was more just like,
We've already discussed that I have that vibe. Thanks.
no, you don't have that vibe. You have the opposite of that vibe. No, but also no. But this speaks to your character. Like the first thing I met when I saw you was you with your girlfriend and your daughter, and you being super. So no. It wasn't like I thought you were sketchy. It was more just the concept of an older man being interested in me for something other than like sex and romance felt foreign because I've truly not experienced it before.
I think I don't want to say I'm rare, like it's special. I'm just
You
saying
are rare though.
But I'm just saying. I think we are a slave to the things that we think we want and need and how to get those.
Yeah.
And I just understand that there's a bigger purpose outside of myself. And like the things that come to me will be the things that I need.
Yeah. But how does that factor into this relationship, this podcasting friendship?
Meaning that like, I don't want to say I'd wait forever, but like if I'd asked you to do it and then, I don't know.
I got that vibe from you though.
3 years later, you like popped up, you're like, hey, I'm ready to do that podcast. And I was still in a place where I could do it. I'd be like, okay, cool.
Well, and I got that from you, right?
But I guess what I'm saying is
yeah,
like
I got that vibe.
that like
And
I
it was
gonna
super cool.
I was gonna take whatever
Yes.
was given to me.
Well, and
what
also, there was
what am I
no-
gonna get if I get pissed off at you? I'm not gonna get shit.
Yeah.
You know, my dad told me one time. Can I tell a quick story?
Please.
So I went to this car wash.
So I went to the car wash.
I went to this car wash.
Fucking intense.
I went to this car wash. And it's one of those ones where they run them through the thing
Oh yeah.
and then they wipe them all off.
I was
at the end.
terrified of those as a kid. So
No-
scary.
No, but they like it's one of those where you pay like $30 and they clean them off for you, and then they go, hey, your car's ready. Like you know what I'm talking about?
So it's a souped up car wash, is what you're trying to say.
Yeah, like it's one of those where you give them the keys and stuff like that, and they drive it through, and then they wash it
Oh,
off.
you
and
don't
then-
get to go through the scary machine.
No, you don't go through you don't ride the thing. You don't
Oh,
ride
I
the
do
ride.
like the ride.
I do too.
It's fun.
But it's real fancy, right?
Yeah.
And so they have a bunch of guys cleaning it at the end, okay, and wiping it down and stuff like that. And so when I get in my truck, it's brand new, clean. It's clean, right? It's vacuumed, spotless, right?
Mm-hmm.
It smells like BO. Like, I mean, like really,
Yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
like bad. Like,
Damn it.
And so okay, so I drive home, and I crack the windows, and I leave it overnight.
Yeah.
I get up the next morning, and I get back in, and it just smells like BO and outside. And so I called my dad, and I said, you know what? I said, I'm gonna go up there, and I'm gonna give those people a piece of my mind.
Yeah.
And my dad goes, you go up there and do that, and you see what they give you.
Yeah.
He goes, you go up there raising all that hell and stuff like that. He goes, they ain't gonna give you nothing. He goes, if you go up there and talk to him, tell him what the problem is,
Yeah.
and ask him to come to a solution with you, he goes, he'll probably help you out. So I go up there, and I did what he said, and I think they gave me like a free car wash. They took care of it as best they could,
Yeah.
and gave me another like something or whatever. But I mean, like, you would think that, I mean, that happened a long ass time ago. Like I was like probably in my mid-30s when that happened, right? And it took all the way into like almost my mid-40s for that, it's the same thing. It's the same thing the rest
Yeah,
of
but
life,
everything. Yeah,
Everything.
Perfect metaphor. I actually love this BO car metaphor.
right? And it took until here to go like, no, you have to do it like literally all the time.
But you'd be surprised how, or no, you wouldn't be surprised, but one might be surprised, right? How much people feel entitled to just tear you a new one when you don't give them what they want.
You know what? Like when,
Especially old men, man. It's like, go fuck yourselves. I'm
well,
sorry.
you know, like
I'm just
yeah.
going to say it. You
Well-
know who you are.
Well, look.
If you're listening, you're not, but
Okay, look. I'm gonna. You know what? I think this is. You tell me if this isn't fair. I think the same hard time that you're getting from old men is the same hard time I get from old women.
interesting. Probably. Are they creepy to you?
Well,
I
not
bet they are.
Not necessarily. Well, maybe not necessarily the creeping part, but when you said like, some old guy like tell me what to do, and then blah, blah.
Yeah.
I mean, like there's a level of someone, especially if they're parents of any level, they're always going to be mothers. They're always going to be
the
fathers.
parenting and the mother. Oh, yeah. It's different. I think there's.
Yeah. Oh no.
Yeah.
100% different. But that is
But
that
yes.
is the equivalent.
Yes.
And that
It's-
is the maximum empathy I can give you of feeling that. You know what I mean?
Have you not been creeped on by old women, though? I feel like you would be.
This is my most unfavorite thing about.
I bet you're creeped on.
This is my most unfavorite thing.
Is that why you get tattoos so you don't get creeped on by old women?
No, oh my God, it makes it worse.
Oh, they want a piece of that, Scotty.
It's not that. Like
Okay.
I mean, just tattoos in general. Just
Oh, and they're like, young man, you are just ruining your beautiful body.
there's that. I mean, there's everything.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that like
Makes people feel like they can
like
comment.
tattoos. Oh man, I'm not trying to be an a-hole.
You're great. You're not being an a-hole.
Tattoos are just like hats and sunglasses and shoes and Russian hats or whatever. Look, if you're out in public, it's an easy in for someone to
comment.
So
Yes.
tattoos do that. That wasn't my intention.
People feel very entitled to comment on tattoos, though. It's really
I've
annoying.
never told you about the crazy stories where people just grope me like without asking and stuff. Oh yeah,
Because of your tattoos?
yeah.
No, it's because
Not-
you're hot, Scotty.
No. These
And
are
they
not.
just-
These are not situations
These
where
are not sexy gropes.
like one of them happened at a Luby's. The other one happened at a gas station.
What?
No, we're not. I don't want to get into. I don't want to get into it.
I
Like,
kind of. You went there.
okay, I'll give you one.
Yes. Are these
I'm
dudes?
standing. No, this is women. I'm standing at the gas station checking out. Right, so I'm facing.
Yeah.
I'm at the counter facing the dude.
Yep.
Okay, and then all of a sudden, I just feel.
Oh,
I
God.
just feel these two hands on my legs.
That's really gross.
It's weird.
See, no, women can be creepy. Let's be very clear. Women can be creepy.
No, you can't. Like,
Yes.
don't be creepy. Like that.
No. I would say no. Not women can be. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yes. I'm
People
kidding.
are like, oh, I'm a woman, so I can't be creepy. Yes, you can. You can be creepy. Don't touch people.
But I mean, just.
That's disturbing.
Yeah, it was bad. Like, you know what I mean?
That's
I
gross.
wasn't rude. I was shocked. But I wasn't rude, and I answered her question that she asked afterwards.
You
And
do get creeped on by women, then. Don't lie. You
but
do.
you know what? I just think maybe I'm wrong. If you're out in public interacting inside the world, at some point you're gonna get creeped on by somebody.
Oh, of course.
I mean, some of
Yes.
us get creeped on more than others.
And creeped on can be different, right? It could be sexual, but it could also be violent. It could be,
It can be. I mean,
aggressive.
just like look. I mean, just people.
People feel entitled to do things and say things.
Look, we've talked ad nauseum at like what I do and Hannah does to self-regulate and take care of ourselves and stuff like that, right? And so there's just not a lot of people doing that. That's what
Yeah.
it really comes down to.
True.
You know. All right, you want to do one more of mine? How many have we asked?
I don't know.
I know I've at least
I
asked.
know we've just been.
Because like at some point I gotta let you go home.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, hang on, wait.
I should
Oh
go
wow.
I'm ahead with that beer.
Okay, hang on.
Do it.
Let me look. I got two more. I don't want to ask this. This other one-
ChatGPT is asking me some big questions.
Yeah, this other one is too complicated for me. Okay, you know what? This is perfect. Wait, look at it's. You know what? Okay, here's the other thing. I want you to do this whenever you get home. Do you use ChatGPT at all?
Sometimes. Once in a
Okay.
blue moon.
Hey, you want to hear a wild thought?
What?
Ask ChatGPT, like, who am I? Because it knows your whole history of everything you've ever asked.
Oh, yeah, but I haven't asked that many things.
I've asked a ton of stuff. Okay.
This final segment is brought to you by HeyJustBe.com. I believe that achieving balance in the mental, physical, and metaphysical aspects of your purpose through learning, serving, and creating can transform your life into one you truly enjoy living. Want to learn more? Visit www.heyjustbe.com.
So usually what I do is I ask people what do they do to just be the best versions of themselves. They can be good for everybody else. We're on my podcast, but we're Mixtape Therapy and on my podcast with the person I Mixtape Therapy with.
This is very meta.
It's super meta.
Yeah.
Okay. But Hannah,
Yes.
what does people are going to think this is like rigged? This is like so good because of everything that we've been talking. It just it shows that we know kind of each other. Like we do know a lot about each other because these questions are
from our conversations.
Yeah.
But it's weird that it's from our first few conversations, which we learned. I mean, that's how we learned that we could do a podcast together. Was in those first couple.
Yeah, because like I wonder if we did all of our podcasts we did together, would it find out about us?
Oh God, let's try.
Okay, it was tough to. It was I didn't do things right on the internet, so it was hard to get.
I didn't do things right on the internet.
Okay, what does just be mean to you personally outside of the therapy room?
Wow. For me right now in my life at this particular juncture, just be means similar to what Scottie says. It's like, oh God. It means stop trying to be what I think the person that I'm with wants me to be. Because I'm really good at figuring out. I don't get it perfect. I'm sure I fuck it up all the time, but I'm pretty good at performing the role that I can tell that someone wants me to be in that moment. And I'm really trying to not do that. And I'm trying to be what I want and need to be in that moment, not what I imagine the other person is going to like. Which means being a little bit more myself, which means being a little bit more, maybe just in this podcasting session, right? A little bit more combative, raunchy, goofy, loud. I'm being the way that I actually want to be instead of what I think is like gonna go over the smoothest. This is different because we're actually friends at this point, but it means overriding my instinct to be as pleasing as possible and instead be what feels more authentic to me, which is usually something that is a little bit more abrasive, a little bit more weird, loud, goofy, raunchy, not as pleasing. I think I'm a hoot, but does that make sense?
Yes, I appreciate you sharing that. Can I do yes and?
Yes, and?
I think with that, it requires, just my opinion, looking at all your behavior patterns, right? Look at everything you're doing, because you're becoming, I would hope when you become more authentically yourself, like you're doing more of like, who is you?
Yeah.
So it should leave you some space to look at what you're doing.
Yes.
Right? Because it should be easier,
yes.
right? Instead of so hard.
Yes.
And then when you look at it or somebody else looks at it and they have a suggestion or a comment or input, have enough space to go, should I look more into this? Or they don't know what they're talking about. Or I'm very aware of that. That's something I need to work on. Maybe they have, what do they see? Maybe it gives me insight. Because ultimately, if you're going to go like, hey, you're going to accept me as I am, then you need to be working to be the best version of the person you can be so that you can be in most harmony with everybody else, right?
Well, I'm curious. Well, be more specific. Are you saying this? Are you saying this about you or about me? Or
What I'm saying is I feel like the next level of that is now that you are being yourself.
Yes.
To be like aware and open to evolving that into a better self and not just settling into just being yourself.
No, for sure. I don't think I could just be myself.
No, I'm not saying you're doing this, but I'm saying
if
someone listens to this and they're like, because like there's always that thing.
Yeah, I know what you mean. This is where it's hard because my specific journey is that I tend to do too much. Well, Other people would argue, some people would argue that I don't edit myself enough. I feel that I edit myself too much. My default lately has been to edit myself too much. And so right now I'm editing myself less, and I'm bumping up against things where I'm like, oop, that was a little too far. It's not black and white. It's allowing myself enough space to, be myself and be authentic to the point where I might ruffle feathers, which for me is important because I hate ruffling feathers. But I'm trying to ruffle feathers more. But then also not just ruffle feathers and be like, well, fuck you if your feathers are ruffled, because that's not me either. I'm not like that. So I'll ruffle feathers and then I'll stick around to talk about how the feathers were ruffled, and then ideally I will say like, I came on real hot there. I got triggered because of this. I'm sorry. Or whatever it might be, right? Don't just be yourself and then give the finger and walk away, because that's just cowardly.
Can I
stick around?
Can I give an example and you give me your feedback before we shut this thing off? Okay. So I kind of have a potty mouth.
Yes.
And Aaron doesn't like it.
Yep.
Which, there's a lot of validity in that. But also, like, this is who I am.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yes.
I had this one episode of my podcast, just this one. It's really random. It's really weird. Just this one podcast, okay? Not this one, a different one, okay? In that podcast alone, I think I said the word fuck like 45 times. Like, and it would be like, fuck, fuckity, fuck, or whatever.
Yeah.
Right? And it was, I edit all my own stuff. And so as I'm watching it back, I was like, oh God.
Yeah, it's so cringy.
I do not like this about myself.
Yeah.
And so I made it a thing. I'm like, I'm gonna work harder on that.
Yeah. Beautiful.
Now, that's who I am. That doesn't mean I can be a better version of who I am.
Now I understand your point. Yeah, no, of
Right.
course.
Yeah, and I think that's what you're talking about. Like, you can't just tell everybody like, hey, because I was gonna say the same thing. Like, you can't just be like, hey, accept me as I am. Fuck you if you don't. You just don't. You can. You can.
You can, but I value, and Scottie values. I'll just speak for myself.
Everyone values
connection.
Yes, and like, you don't feel connected to somebody. It's like, well, just accept me who I am. You're like, well, that sounds like a great deal.
But here's where I'll make it nuanced. You have to be the person you want to be, not the person someone else wants you to be.
100%. Because like
you have to be the one that watches the podcast and you be like, oh my God, the way I say fuck is really not cool with me.
But but let me say this, she's not the only person to say something like that to me.
Yeah.
I've had other people say that to me like, hey, your podcast is great and all, but you might not want to curse too. You curse, you kind of cuss a lot. And I'd be like, yeah, I do. And I just kind of, and
I don't care.
I don't care. But I also go, if I really want to make a difference with people like I really say I do, and I could pull it back a little bit to reach more people that just don't like that kind of stuff. Is that too much to ask? And I have to be setting a better example for my daughter. The list goes down, right?
Yeah.
And so I go, that's me taking responsibility for who I am as a person. I'm not doing that to please anybody but myself.
Yes.
To be a better person for myself.
Yes. No. 100%.
And that's where all I'm saying is that's where all that has to come from, right? It has to come from there.
Well, this is where, right? It depends where you're coming from, right? Like, because I think, Scottie, you and I are the type of people who are probably going to err on the side of being really careful about how we show up. I'm just going to, with other people, okay?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Versus there are some people who err on the side of being very uncareful about how they show up. So for the people who are like Scottie and I and tend to be very tough on themselves or hold themselves to a really high standard or have some perfectionist tendencies, we probably need to focus more on relaxing into being ourselves, which doesn't mean we ditch being conscientious. It just means our growing edge is probably more in this authentic direction or more in this slightly less restricted direction versus someone else who is always, road raging and giving everyone the finger and saying fuck in front of children they probably need to err more on the side of like examining what are my values and how do I want to be and how is the way I'm showing up not aligned with that. So it depends what you struggle with.
Yes.
But both are important. You have to be genuine, but you also, yes, it's not genuine, but it's genuine. And being genuine also means aligning with your values, which a lot of us are not showing up in alignment with our values.
Tell me what this is.
Yeah.
I took all these things that I learned about perfectionism and being good and showing up and whatever, and I go, I'm gonna take all these tools, and I'm gonna use it to be the best version of myself for me,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Instead of for others.
Instead of for others.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And
Yes. That's where it really gets cockamamie, is when we're being a perfectionist for what we imagine someone else expects of us.
yeah,
Instead of, and I'm going to say what we imagine because we can't
don't know.
actually know.
yeah, I don't know.
Even your mom who tells you, you don't actually know because
No.
we're not in their head. It's right. That's a fallacy.
Yeah,
So we get fucked up, excuse me, when we decenter ourselves and we show up and we perform for this imagined other, whether it's a partner or the United States of America or God. I don't know. It could be anything that's not your own standard. That's when we really get in trouble, even if it's from a good place, right? You have to do everything that you're doing to be right with yourself or to be right with the Lord, however you want to put it. It's kind of the same thing, like to be right with what feels deeply true to you.
I know if I work hard to show up as the best person that I can be, and I have a bad experience, that it wasn't because I didn't try, I wasn't prepared,
Yeah.
I wasn't
Yeah.
there to do that.
Yeah.
But I really know that I did. Like I'm not bullshitting myself. Like
Yes.
you
You
really
know when you're bullshitting
Yeah,
yourself.
yeah.
I know when I'm bullshitting myself.
right. And so I go, so that's the best that's gonna be today. But that's all right. You know what I mean? Like there's. I guess I don't say there's always tomorrow, but like in a sense of like I feel like I'll have another opportunity to have a better experience than this one was. This one was kind of rough, but that makes sense.
It does. I mean, we're going to mess up. Inevitably. And there's always a next opportunity to, I don't want to say show up better, but to be more present, to be more
yeah.
intentional. Yeah.
100%. Okay, how was this time being here?
I mean, this was great. I feel like we talked for 5 years. How long has it been?
A couple hours.
Not in a bad way. It just feels like we covered a lot of ground.
No, I feel like we could probably talk for another hour, but I feel like who's gonna listen to another hour of this nonsense?
Us and other psychos.
Yeah. Other people that like 3-hour podcasts.
I mean, hey.
Are you gonna give me a hug?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, push
Are
the
we
mic out.
supposed to?
Yeah. Well,
Is that part of it?
Well, that's what I usually do. I mean, I think you've done it every time we come on here. Thank you so much.